dessert. Started with us looking at the Alchemist Garden for this cycle, and I mean, it's really remarkable what we've done and how it's all come together and coming down here into the natural environment of the learning center, finding myself way back in my own footsteps. And I want to invite you for a short journey into what is actually happening right now here at Open Flow. Cycle 1, which is called You plus Me equals We, the first cycle out of our 7 cycles for this academic year. And this year, we decided to call this cycle the Alchemist Garden. And what came from the Alchemist Garden was this emergence where all of the educators started off by creating new identities for themselves. And my identity, I renamed myself Autopieces, which is life. And once I did that, I really realized that that is it. I am the life within education. And this is how our journey started for this cycle. From there, we merged all of the ideas and all of the thinking, and of course trusted the natural intelligence of all the educators. And I asked them, what does this actually mean for you? And what does this mean for your character? And how would you actually live into that character for this cycle? And one of our educators, Amelia, I asked her, how would you take care of the environment? And she said, I would take care of peace. And that became very interesting for me. How would you take care of peace? Why would you take care of peace? And what would have happened if we already take care of peace in the first place? And out of that questioning, River for Dessert was born. And out of that questioning and out of this whole experience, this whole beautiful, beautiful play, the play of life, the play of autopoiesis, the play of alchemy was born for this cycle. And next week, we're inviting all our parents and some people in the public to come and experience what that is. What that is when you bring the alchemy of life together and when you bring that into a natural setting. So for the Alchemist Garden, for this River for Dessert, we will be asking people, we will be asking participants to experience a play, written, directed, choreographed, all of it by the children. We will ask people to come down barefoot into the jungle, and we're gonna ask them to really go deep, deep, far, not only into themselves, but into what that is to be a child in nature. And this year we've decided, it's the first time that we're doing this, we decided that we wanted people to experience food from the land, through the land, from the kids, through the kids, but not separate from nature, really immersed in nature. And one of the most beautiful parts of this River for Dessert is the Kepundung tree. And the Kepundung tree down here at the river is a sacred tree. And currently the Kepundung tree is having a lot of berries. And just the kids passing by, noticing the berries, realize that they can actually do something out of their own creativity and motion, out of their own energetic spirits. They realized they could do something, and our transition group, our smallest kids, set off this whole jam making mission of making jam that will go inside the mochi for the River for Dessert. One of the other beautiful things that are happening is this weaving that you can see down here. This wasn't here. We never had an official entrance coming down into the riverfront land of open flow. But we realized, and this is something that really goes deep in the Balinese culture as well, we realized that we have to ask permission. And there's a word that Balinese people say when they lean. They say falmit. They ask permission to lean. And they ask permission to enter. And with that, we created this new entrance to our riverfront where you physically go through this door. You go through this structure and you ask permission to enter the riverfront. And just weaving all of these characters into this whole narrative. We have an alchemist scientist, we have an alchemist guardian, we have the peace weaver. I can't give too much away about the kids at the moment because they've done some remarkable story writing and some remarkable co-creating into what this all means for them. But one thing that I really want every single person to understand is River for Dessert is about that inner development that we all hold. It is about unlocking the children's creativity, their courage, their optimism, their perseverance, their care, their hope. This is what we're doing. We're not asking them to do something that is laborious. And this is why I want you to join me when we have our Alchemist Garden River for Dessert meeting next week. It's because there's something about listening to my words, and then there's something about when you get to totally experience when I say to you, the moss on this wall is so beautifully soft. And there's something that what happens when you get to immerse yourself right here with us. So, as we celebrate this upcoming event, as we celebrate the evolution of open flow, as we celebrate all of our kids, in all of their brutality. And as we celebrate all of our kids and all of their magnificence, we are now officially, yeah, you heard it right, we are officially extending this invite to the river for dessert for each and every parent. So if you're excited, if you are having a little bit of old clothes at home that you can wear, if you are willing to either go barefoot if you dare, or bring shoes that can be wet, if you're willing to take an hour out of your day to come and experience something that does not exist. I'm telling you that it doesn't exist yet. It will. It will in a week's time. Then this invitation is for you. So with that, I say thank you so much for entrusting all of us, every single one of us, the bees, the birds, the ants, the people, our cows, our workers, every educator, myself, Peter and Chris. I thank all of you for trusting all of us with all of the magic that is happening right here, right now.